One of the bigger problems that a lot of Fortnite players struggle with is W keying and learning how to stay calm during those fights. If you want to be a successful Fortnite player, you're going to need to learn how to overcome your nerves and be able to finish at the fight. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the proper ways to W key and some tips and tricks to help you along the way. Now, obviously, the first start of every Fortnite game is early game, so you're going to want to have a drop spot and you're going to want to memorize that drop spot. All depends on your play style. If you are really good at early game and you like to get a lot of kills at the start, maybe you want to land towards the middle in a populated area. But if you like to get off to a slow, easy start, you're going to want to land somewhere towards the outer edges of the map. So once you get some loot, you might want to start looking for a kill. So here's where we get to our first example. I hear a couple cars going over here, so I suspect that there might be a fight going on. I approach the fight very slowly and make sure to take my time just so I could get a perfect third party. I see that the guy just got eliminated and I heard a lot of shots, so I suspect that this guy might be low. I start taking some shots and then I find out that he is white and he definitely has less than 50 health. So I am immediately putting a lot of pressure on him trying to take his wall. Now unfortunately for me, this guy has 0 ping. Since I can't get his wall, I see that he has no cone in his box, so I place a ramp in there and try to force him out the side. Then I pre-box the side and set up a peek to try to get him to budge, but he just won't. Since I see that this guy isn't going anywhere, I start trying to take his wall again, but that doesn't work because he still has 0 ping. Since I'm not getting anywhere, I decide to back up and create a plan, and that's when I remember I have Nitro Fist and I can just get into his box, he's low, and I get the easy kill. I just kind of cruise through mid-game, and I see this guy over here in endgame, and he's kind of riding the lightning. He's trying to get in my builds, but he fails. So I use my cones, I get a look at him, and I see that he's down trying to chop me out. So I immediately drop on him with my Nitro Fist and get a big pump shot. Now since I know this guy doesn't have that much health left, I try to finish him off with my SMG, and I get a tag, but I can't quite finish it. And this guy is slippery. I cannot get a shot on him, then he rides the lightning away. So unlucky for me, that guy had 3 medallions, but I got a bunch of damage on him. Overall, this was a pretty good approach because I tried to get a big health advantage and then I really went in. You want to play it slow, then once you have a health advantage, you can start trying to put a lot of pressure on him. Now right here, this guy was just being really annoying, just spraying at me, so I hop in his car and I flip it, try to get him out. I get a big damage on him with my SMG. He starts running away, he's just panicking, so I can easily finish him off there. If you ever see that somebody is panicking, then just go for them, put a lot of pressure, and it's an easy kill. Now right here, I was trying to rotate by, and this guy comes in, he starts shooting at me. I probably could have played it a little better with my builds, and I wouldn't have taken as much damage, but this guy right here, I knew I didn't want to fight him because I was starting to get kind of low and I really needed to get into the zone. So I played it slow, I created space by creating a couple boxes, and I just held my walls and thought of what I was going to do next. After I've healed up a little, I'm back ready to get in the fight, and I see this guy kind of playing weird. Then he jumps and he's not building or anything, so I could get a free shot on him. I get his crack, I start spraying at him, but he gets away with the Nitro Fist, very lucky for him. And I see that the storm's coming, so I just rotate in. So when you're rotating in the late games, you want to do something called dead side, which is basically the side of the zone where there's not as many players. So I knew there was a lot of players to my left there. I rotated north and to the right instead of south, and I got away safely. I start just playing it safe with my box, looking around with a cone trick, and I get a tag on somebody, just playing it safe until endgame. Then I realize, hey, the zone pulls back, so I use my Nitro Fist so I can get there first, all the way up on the high ground, which is the mountain, and I can have a better zone position than anybody else, and I can look back, see anybody who's trying to rotate in, and be able to get free shots on them because I have the high ground. After waiting for a while, I see someone kind of coming over towards me, and they look like they're trying to take my high ground. So I go see, and they're just kind of playing on low ground. So I go back in my box, and I chill. But then this guy decides to shoot at me, and then the fight is on. I gotta defend my ground, and I played this fight terribly. For one, I should have never dropped down. I had the high ground. I could have easily just fended him off. But instead, I made the stupid decision to try to go down and fight him. I try to take height, but he gets it instead, and instead of nitro fisting up and trying to make a play on him, I decide to get scared, box up. And that is where I went really wrong here, because he sprays on my wall, so I think he's on my wall. And then I go up, and I've fallen right into his trap, and he can easily kill me. This is a perfect example of what not to do. I went up instead of trying to make a play out, and I fell right into his trap. All these builds were his. I couldn't do anything. I was just stuck. There was only one more way to go, and it was up straight into him, and he got the easy kill on me. Even though I didn't have a lot of mats, I should have tried to build up and maybe take height from him, or just nitro fist back to my old box and stay on the high ground. But anyway, guys, I hope this helped. I hope you guys learned from my mistakes and learned from the things that I did well. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.